WWE has been struggling to sell tickets. What do you think they did to fix that? Well, not what you would think, and it is awful. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw the Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick here. Thanks for joining me on this Monday night. Let's get right into it. I'm sure some of you may have watched Raw by the time that this is posted, but I won't be covering that until the next video, as I don't watch it live anymore. I'm actually recording this right before Raw even starts. Let's get into that claim that I had at the beginning of the video. WWE is struggling to sell tickets. If you look right up there, there's SmackDown numbers for the next SmackDown. They haven't even sold 25, 30% or something like that, whatever that metric is on that clip up there for you, that photo. That is really bad, especially since they're a week out. And it's because even nosebleeds there are a little pricey, considering it holds 20,000 people and they have only sold a quarter of that. That is not good for WWE standards at all, especially when they were previously at this place. They sold a little bit more than that at this time. And I believe a couple of years ago, they pretty much sold the place out within a couple of weeks of the tickets going on sale. This shows that the TKO effect is in full effect, full swing, and their product is ass. Their product is not good in 2026. It's following suit from 2025, which wasn't very good. And I saw a lot of wrestling fans, for WWE anyway, that decided to finally give AEW a chance or just outright walk out. And the stuff that they're doing is not making it any better for people who are on the fringe of doing that. When you see this other report right up here, they are blocking stuff yet again, just like they did at the last PLE. Their attempt to boost ticket sales before Elimination Chamber in Chicago, WWE has enforced their new blackout rules. This will keep Chicago area venues from holding WWE watch parties. Fightful made the report earlier this evening. That is awful. WWE in 2026, their ticket sales are tanking faster than Vince McMahon's Bentley in that crash. And they're just getting the rich treatment, just like Vince did. He should be jailed for what he did. He is lucky nobody was killed in that collision. I read reports he was going 115 miles an hour, made all the excuses in the world for why he was doing that, and he just got let off with the slap in the fucking wrist. And that's exactly how WWE is going to get let off, despite all this bullshit that they're putting us through, because the fans aren't going to actually do anything about it. They're going to just continue to feed WWE their money. Will you let me know down below your thoughts on those ticket sales, and again, Elimination Chamber having the same PLE restrictions for watch parties now in the city of Chicago. Raw, apparently tonight, again, you'll be watching this probably after Raw is done, but they had a show that apparently they're going to have to switch up last second because people are not making it due to a storm or something. But what they have listed is a tribute to Styles. Brock Lesnar returns. Liv Morgan makes her Mania 42 decision. Men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Bronson, Jay, the original Raul Grande Americano. Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So, not bad for Raw standards. The only thing that could really surprise me on this Raw is if Triple H is the one in that crate announcing another new era. Some more things that WWE is doing that's just driving people away in terms of insane prices. It's not even the ticket sales. It's not even the ticket prices anymore. It's literally everything. Their merchandise is more expensive than AEW's typical t-shirt. And now their video game is doing this tier thing, essentially. 2K26 reveals tier skip options that can cost up to $500 extra spent. That is unbelievable for a fucking video game. Are you kidding me? Here it is in more detail if you want to pause and read it. But essentially, they are announcing $1 per tier level. You add it up. 2K26 Standard Edition is $70, which is already, I think, too much. Ringside Pass, which is all total of 6 seasons, that's going to look at another 10 for all 6. That's $130 if you wanted to get all 6. 40 tiers of unlocked content. You add all of that up, and there's the math for you. The cost to skip all tiers across all 6 seasons and $80 value, you're looking at $470.60 Maximum possible spend. Game, all seasons, skipping every tier, plus the base game, plus all seasons, all skips, $607.53 before tax. What the hell? Who in their right mind would do that? Obviously, there's going to be people that are going to do that. But Jesus, just when you think that TKO and WWE cannot possibly get any more greedy, and they are still finding ways to become even more greedy. Absolutely mind-blowing. Honestly, the only good news out of WWE for this video that I really have for you guys to end the WWE stuff before I get into AEW, there is going to be a Shawn Michaels new documentary that's in the works apparently, as Fightful reported by Sean Ross Sapp. So I guess silver lining for WWE in 2026 for me are just two little things. Their NXT call-ups are doing really well. I do like how they're handling that. And I'm very intrigued about this Shawn Michaels documentary. As you can tell, he's right behind me there. He is my childhood GOAT. He was my favorite growing up, and he's still one of my all-time favorites, along with the other two on the wall right back there. And I'm probably going to keep getting more of those things. I actually really like that Darby Allin. There's a Kyle Fletcher out there right now. I'm thinking about getting one of those. Let me know down below if you think I should. Before we get into AEW stuff, this is kind of a hybrid WWE AEW thing. Big topic that I want to talk about before I cover some AEW specific stuff. Swerve Strickland invites Styles to make the jump to AEW if he wants to. Happy for AJ, proud of AJ. He's someone I would study endlessly along Danielson and those guys in that era. Nigel McGuinness, I looked up to watch those guys. AJ has earned more than enough in his career to walk away from it or continue on and do something different and unique with a generation of guys he has curated and spawned. His influence spawned an AEW style. Ospreay, Rollins, myself, Bailey, we've all watched and all studied AJ. So if he wants to take a chance to come at AEW, which he is more than capable, healthy, and in great shape mentally, hopefully and physically, from what I view, to compete in All Elite Wrestling, we're all here, open and waiting if he decides to make that jump. Interesting timing to release something like that while he's also having his actual farewell thing in WWE. Is WWE buttering up in AJ and trying to keep him? Is he actually considering going to AEW? An interesting thing there by Swerve, saying that he spawned a lot of wrestlers. It's funny because there's a lot of E-stands that bash on AEW for being flippy and all that shit. But AJ Styles was one of the few to originate that 20 years ago in TNA. Took it to New Japan, took it back to WWE, and he was one of the best to do things like that. And now you see WWE fans make fun of that. Well, if you make fun of that, you're going to make fun of essentially one of the fathers of that kind of wrestling in the ring. So be my guest. Look like a fool. I certainly would love to see Styles in AEW. I've said that before on this channel, and I know pretty much all of you who watch this channel would also like to see that. I mean, just think of those damn dream matches. Real quick, good news for fans who watch ROH. It's to be its own product again. Fightful reports ROH will be filming a studio show in Jacksonville on March 1st at WJCT Studios. They're told that this could end up being a regular home for ROH in the future. So I knew Tony Khan had something cooking up his sleeves, and hence why he's signing so much talent. And that roster is just so deep now in AEW that a lot of them are probably going to get used on ROH because ROH is going to have a pretty good deal coming up here again soon. And now let's go on to AEW stuff to compare it to TNA. A little bit of TNA news. They dropped slightly in their ratings. 233 was their number. AEW 692, just shy of 700,000. That's not including your HBO Max streams. And again, this is not basic cable. So that is really good numbers. They have probably crossed 1 million again this week if you include everybody that watches on HBO Max. And that is numbers that are greater than what you're seeing on some SmackDowns. Have gotten under 1 million. AEW Dynamite is really climbing in 2026, and you gotta love to see it. What we saw in Collision, we saw the return of Thunder Rosa. There's a good picture of that right up there. She ended up beating Julia Hart, and that was a really good match. We saw some great tag team action, as you see right there. The Swirl, I really like the Swirl. They're young, they're fresh, and they're a good heel tag team together. But we saw the Young Bucks beat them, and that was a really good match there with the BTE trigger. And then later on, you saw, again, fresh, shocking, unpredictable main event. The Rascals ended up beating FTR and now have a shot at the tag titles. And FTR was not happy with it. They actually ended up taking out their frustrations on Matt and Nick Jackson's family. And that is one way to really add fuel to the fire of this feud, is to get personal like that. We all know that it's going to be a very personal tag match now for the titles at Revolution, and I'm all here for it. I loved Collision this past Saturday. Probably my favorite Collision of the year, because every match hit. It was really good, advancing storylines, showing that they are truly the best at tag teams. Their tag division is so much better than WWE's. You let me know down below your favorite moments from Collision this past Saturday. That's all I had in this episode of Screw the Script. You let me know down below your thoughts on everything that I just covered. The stuff with WWE ticket sales, the watch party blockage again, which is complete bullshit, I think. And then on the flip side, some positive stuff. Having another good week, another good Dynamite, another good Collision. Their numbers are climbing for Dynamite. Great feuds, great matches. Revolution, it's going to be better than WrestleMania, and we all know it. As always, this has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.